A thread by Soul War. The long slog. Trump's hardest victory to achieve will be in education. President Trump has accomplished some amazing victories during his first term in office that I detailed in my unsung victories threads. The border defeat of ISIS and Iran, the courts stopping vote fraud. Trump is building the wall, has revamped ICE and CBP along with the cooperation of Mexico in securing the U.S. border. He supported the GCC in their defeat of ISIS and has broken the mullah's ability to project force outside of Iran's borders. Judicial activism is being reversed. And Trump is addressing vote fraud as people hyperventilate over the latest fear porn, the Red Mirage. He's able to make deals with Mexico, provide support to allies in their battle against extremism, and appoint judges who will allow the law and our Constitution as intended. But there's one glaring problem President Trump is tackling that can't be solved with a single deal, appointment, or alliance. Education. An institution Americans are only now beginning to realize has been almost completely co-opted by radical leftists who hate America. If you think you grasp how bad it is, triple the harm being done, and you are now in range of 50% of the damage being done to America's children. The lunatics are running wild in Portland, vomit psychobabble at the cops nonstop. It's another language for another world. That's not hyperbole. They have been indoctrinated and radicalized in school and in college. Academia is almost completely controlled by the left. History will call Bernie Sanders the Antifa overlord. His wing of the Democrats' machine are the enforcers, Antifa, or Bernie Bros. A massive number of college faculty back Sanders for a reason. They are all communists, using words like progressive as cover. They all claim to be socialists, which is watered down communism, but look around at the results of 40 years of their handiwork. They are liars. As we worked, raised families, lived our lives, the stealth Marxists slowly infiltrated American education and began spreading the mind virus I call Marxism to our kids. What our schools are now producing is unrecognizable to their parents. Kids who are deliberately broken. These last 60 nights watching the Portland riots has been an eye-opener. These radicals have created another, darker America that they and their enthralled youth live in. Try talking to them. It's like they're from another world. Because they are unreachable. A huge number of educators are being arrested, as well as Marxist true believers, many in their 40s and 50s. They are, in many instances, crazier and more violent than those they've led astray. November 3rd can't get here fast enough. The most disgusting fact is that our money paid for this. We paid them our hard-earned money to ruin young minds and destroy our communities. Antifa, Black Bloc, was used as a policy pusher until Trump was elected. Democrats used the Black Bloc to push local governments into responding to them in ways that garnered them power. Trump's presidency threatens everything they've carefully, slowly built since the 1950s. They were going to collapse the nation slowly, inexorably, as their cultural rot took its toll on us until the inevitable happened. Then they ride in to save us with Marxism. During that span of foreign time, foreign influences began to take a toll as well. Politicians went from addressing American interests to addressing them last, if at all, as the money flowed into D.C. Our State Department had multi-generational operatives working for other governments on our dime. For decades, academia began trundling out psychotic little mind bombs to go out and blow up on America as our government acted like any action taken that benefited Americans was problematic. We began to grow numb as the abuse intensified. When Trump became president, the radical left was forced to unmask itself, and the foreign influence, the mainstream media, much of it foreign owned, did you know that? Started pushing back hard to protect the structured world they'd built from being destroyed by Trump's reforms. The Black Bloc was renamed Antifa and was then sent to attack anything and everything Trump and Americana. By default, since Trump is an America booster, time for some hard facts. American education is broken, and it was done on purpose. Nothing Americana will be allowed to flourish until America has been destroyed and then remade in their image. You are seeing that image right now in every hell zone they control. They are trying to collapse the nation. They will try to take their revolution on the road to red states unless blocked. No brakes. So they're going to hit a wall named Donald John Trump, 45th President of the United States. His second term will end their ability to collapse anything but themselves. It will be glorious. But education is already collapsed, mired in insane politics and agendas. President Trump tapped Betsy DeVos as Secretary of Education to begin the Herculean task of recovering U.S. education standards. A good move, but I have some bad news for you. 2 Trump terms isn't enough time to solve what they did to academia. We need 3, minimum, 12 years. So that's 2 presidential administrations of 2 presidents moving in the same direction for 3 or all 4 terms to fix it. If you think that I'm implying that retirement, hiring standards, and mortality will be the 3 biggest tools in that tool chest, you'd be correct. Some of these abject lunatics have tenure and are protected by teachers' unions. They're dug in deeper than an Alabama tick. So, in essence, I'm saying that Trump's going to start the recovery, and as yet unknown successor will finish it. Then it'll be our job to maintain education. Education is indoctrination, programming. Reread that. It's absolutely accurate. But why did your parents program you with potty training? Because it was necessary to benefit you and them. Your parents teach you in the hopes that you'll be a good person who will have a good life. Education is supposed to be an extension of that. You're supposed to be taught the facts of life that will enable you to chart your own course and live a good life. Do these quote unquote people look enabled? How many lives have been destroyed by this vile agenda to control, not educate? I send President Trump and Secretary DeVos my very best wishes in their struggle to recover one of America's most necessary yet tragically damaged institutions. Meanwhile, the police will continue to arrest and be abused by the leftovers of Marxist academia. It is what it is. To support Brent Cates' works, you can donate any amount at paypal.me/Brent Cates. Thank you for listening, and remember,
I will be the greatest president that God ever created.